Hello again, Chuck Gutenson, author of The Right Church, and today we're going to talk a little about war and peace and the way the early church looked at those things. Now, in the early church period, the church found itself in this unique position sort of between the Jews on the one hand and the Romans on the other. They were seen by heretics, by the Jews, because they didn't believe the normal things that Jewish people believed. Who is this guy Jesus, and why does he have such centrality? And they were seen by Romans as atheists because they didn't participate in the civil religion of the day. Now, because the church didn't have, the early church didn't have an allegiance to the empire, it was very easy for it not to participate in its war-making efforts. Now, it was perhaps a brilliant stroke on the part of Constantine to recognize that by putting an end to the persecutions that the church was suffering, and by making Christianity an official church religion, he could co-opt the church into this relationship where they then had a vested interest in empire, and then he could persuade them to participate with him in the defense of empire. I think what we learn from the early church, again, is this whole notion of the allegiance to Christ being the central thing, and the whole notion of having the Christian faith intertwined with the state, with the nation state, with the empire, whatever words you want to use to describe that, that hadn't yet arisen. So the close alignment between the Christian faith and the Roman Empire hadn't yet happened, and there wasn't any reason for the church to feel obligated to offer up its people in defense of empire. Of course, we face a very different situation today, but I think it does us good to go back and look and remind ourselves that the early church saw the participation in war as something that Christians shouldn't do, to ask ourselves why it was they felt that, and then at least as we look at a modern age, ask ourselves what's different. And if we can leave that conversation recognizing that the fundamental difference was the depth of the allegiance to the nation state, I think we'll have learned a good thing, and we can begin to disentangle ourselves from that.